कृपया लक्ष्य द्या. जयपुर वाया कोटा. कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद.
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
लखनऊ जंक्शन.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೆಗೆ
Hyderabad Superfast Express. পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন. कृपया ध्यान दियो.
Hello and welcome to Cricbuzz Live. I'm Saiyami Kher and it's April Fool's Day, but there's no fooling around because we have a very big game on hand. Yes, Hardik Pandya we'll get to, but Mumbai takes on Rajasthan at the Wankhede Stadium. This is going to be a warm homecoming for Hardik. All this and lots more with two very warm and very kind people. Please welcome Harsha Bhogle and Sthalekar.
Was that a defensive statement? Too warm and whatever. I must warn you. You've not seen her.
No,
It
now
is
it's been a year. What was the word Harsha used about you last year?
She is the hoffer.
Oh, hoffer.
She's a hoffer, and you must bow when you meet Lisa Sthalekar. Hall of Famer, ICC, Australia, whatever. But you said no fooling around. It's not possible with her.
Actually, with both of us, this
Both
is
of you all
going to be a
together.
loose show. I can guarantee you that.
So yesterday, Lisa and Michael together, two Ashes-winning captains, have sledged me all through. That's what has happened
She
yesterday.
learnt the art of sledging yesterday.
You say me?
Yes. All through, I was just sitting there like a little goat getting sledged all through the show. They were talking about a certain game that happened on a certain day in
But
November.
Ajinkya played well.
I'm falling
He played
for it.
well. I
Yes,
did a
he
pre-match interview with him. He batted well.
He did.
But I'll tell you what. You must not accept all this. You must stand up. You must not get booed.
She
like this.
did. She did in the end. She reminded Michael that they invented the game and it took them till 2019. And I don't even think they won the game. I think they tied it.
They've just, yeah, they tied it.
They didn't.
So they were sledging me about the World Cup final and, you know, that memory that we don't have as Indian fans.
Hang on, they tied it, but they wouldn't even have tied it if the umpire had got that overthrow rule correct. But that's okay.
Wow, we do digress.
Yeah, but like you said, we can't digress today because today's game is all about, you know, the RO that we get, Lisa, every day. There was just one line today. Our producer said, Hardik Pandya is playing in Mumbai. That's it. That's the show. Because that's all everyone is talking about. And Lisa, you spoke about it in the last match. You were a little surprised with the booing because he is an India player. He's been loved so much. And then to see the reception he's getting is a little disheartening.
Yeah, I think Michael spoke about the fact that, yeah, okay, maybe the first game, because he's playing against Gujarat, the team that he left, team that he took on to win. But then to be booed elsewhere, and then obviously everything else that is kind of transpiring on social media, it did take me by surprise because one thing is clear, none of us, nor the fans, were part of any conversation. So actually, we have no idea what was said. We're assuming certain things. We're assuming it because of a personality or the way they portray themselves on social media or they do interviews. We actually sometimes don't know who the player is and what's going on.
True.
But what I have noticed is that Rohit Sharma hasn't said anything. He's come out and he's played some good cricket. I see him having conversations with Hardik, helping him out, which is what you want, you know, an experienced campaigner. So he seems to have moved on. So I think the fans need to move on as well now.
You know, similar to what you said, Ash had a quote and he spoke about how he's a little surprised as well because he said, I think it's the responsibility and onus of the fans. Why are you pretending like this hasn't happened before? Tendulkar has played under Ganguly and both men played under Dravid. All of them have played under Dhoni as well. This is complete cinema culture. These guys are our own cricketers. Why do you boo your own players?
What culture is it, Saimi?
I don't know what cinema culture he's talking about,
What do you
but
mean? I
whatever
think you
culture
should
this
know.
is.
I mean, because that is one area neither of us
We
has.
have no idea.
We
but
have no
this
idea.
Is you,
Correct.
You're the expert now
Correct.
in this.
Correct. Because while we've dabbled in movies, 3 of my movies between them ran for 12 minutes.
No, I don't know what culture he's talking about, but whatever this culture is, as fans, it is disheartening. And you had spoken about this in your review last year, through the end year review. You said that social media toxicity has gone to an all-time high or an all-time low, we can say.
It can go to any highs or lows that it wants. how much attention are we giving it and who are we giving this attention to? My concern is not as much with what is happening on social media. I think social media catalyzed what is happening here because of things that have been happening over the last couple of years. But I find it disappointing when the mainstream media starts to pick up on social media and then to propagate it. What happened in Ahmedabad? Look, I asked footballers that when you change a club and you go to the other club, do you get a welcome or do you get a boo? What is happening with the IPL at the moment, now 15, 16 years old, is the clannishness has grown. The clannishness is a very strong input to a league. The more clannish the clubs are, the stronger the league is, the more the rivalries are built up, the more people have something in it. The flip side of it is what we've seen here at the moment. And that's okay, Sammy. You've been booed, she's been booed, I've been booed. Worse things have happened. So I don't think we should take it that far in the first place. What happened, I think, is a reaction of the vitriol on social media. I think it's an open secret that Rohit Sharma was violently trolled. Now Rohit Sharma's fans are saying, right, we are not going to take it lying down, so we are going to violently troll. And then here are people who are watching sport. Sport as a contest is very often a very dignified contest. At the end, people shake hands. And we should never, ever underestimate the importance of shaking hands at the end of a game. And now suddenly there are these groups on social media that are going after each other and everyone's assuming that is what the game is. It isn't. And what Ashwin is saying is absolutely correct. All I will say to all these people who are going after Hardik Pandya is tell me what Hardik Pandya has done wrong. If say you're a young IT executive, you get an offer from another company. Are you saying, no, I'm not taking it? And then your company calls you back. Say you're the CFO of a company and you get a job as a CEO in a mid-sized company. Are you saying, no, I won't take it? Of course you do. And then you do so well as a CEO of the mid-sized company that your company now calls you back and says, well done. Hardik Pandya has done an amazing job as captain of Gujarat Titans. So, honestly, I'm perplexed by and saddened by the toxicity of what I'm seeing, but I don't think we should look at it too much beyond that. I think there's a word for it. You're the youngest of us all, you know it. On the internet, there's something called a thing. Something becomes a thing. And so everybody starts to just do what everyone else is doing. It becomes a thing. So what are we doing today, guys? Oh, Hardik Pandya. Let's boo Hardik Pandya. Does anyone remember how much Ravi Shastri got booed in the late 80s? I remember sitting at home one game, Ravi's not playing that game and they're shouting Shastri hi in the crowd. So it just becomes a thing. If Mumbai Indians win a game, everything will be forgotten. But sometimes you go through these phases. Lisa knows it better than anybody else. You go through a phase. That is the phase in which your thin outside edge and the wicketkeeper will take the catch of the season.
Yeah.
So there you are. Travis Head is put down. Off whom?
Tim David, the best.
And the bowler was? Hardik Pandya with the new ball. Now you come to Mumbai. What do you want to do as Mumbai? You want to win the toss on home ground and chase, but things are going against you. Who wins the toss? Rajasthan wins the toss. What are they doing? Are they chasing? So things happen sometimes. You've got to fight the tide. And Mumbai is a good enough side. They've only lost 2 games, by the way.
But you spoke about how Lisa has gone through it, you've gone through it, people at this level go through it, most footballers go through it. Steve Smith spoke about it and he said that he's really faced a lot of booing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he says he doesn't let it get to him because professional sport, this is what you have to deal with. But he also said sometimes players get emotional because in India, when you are almost worshipped, they don't really see it as much as, this is what Steve Smith had to say, is that maybe Hardik's not seen it. So maybe he might emotionally react to it, but he should just keep the noise out, is what he says.
Yeah, well, it looks like he is. He's very focused. Maybe to a certain extent too focused. Sometimes you want to perform so well that you put so much pressure on yourself. My advice to Hardik is, and I'm sure he's doing it as well, is use your teammates around you. You cannot change the game, you cannot change the outcome of what's happening all by yourself, albeit as cricketers we sometimes think we can, because we can control a little bit of the destiny, but use everyone else, use Rohit, use the coaching staff, find a way to galvanise everyone. Whilst there's so much noise going outside, you want your inner circle to be strong as an ox. So find ways to do that. they may be doing it, they may not. I'm not part and I'm not privy inside that camp. But I think once they start winning, things will calm down. It's just because they've gotten off to a poor start and everyone was surprised of the change with Rohit not being captain, given the success he's had for that franchise.
You know, everyone knows what Mumbai Indians should have done because we don't need to take that decision. The easiest decision to take is the one you don't have to implement. So everybody knows what Mumbai Indians should have done. I thought maybe they should have reacted a little bit more in public. But look, it's their team. So it's very easy for us to sit here and say, you know what, you should have done that, you should have done that, you should have done that. The easiest companies to run are the company you don't have to run. So I think we should all just let it lie a little bit. All I will tell, and I tell every young cricketer that I meet, whatever you do on the field, for heaven's sake, do not see what the media is saying about you because they cannot stop you from scoring a run or taking a wicket. We do not have that power, provided you are not affected by what people are saying about you. The moment you get affected, then we have the media has an influence over you. Otherwise, media cannot stop you from taking a catch. The media cannot stop you from scoring a run, especially social media. Please stay away. Please stay away from your social media mentions. I'm discovering the joy of staying away from social media mentions at my age.
No, I mean, who would know better than you? Because the amount of trolling you've received,
and which is why I said what I did at the start. You create a fan community that says, I am a fan of X person. I will not allow anything to be said about X. And so anyone who says anything about X, whether it's agreeable or not, I will take that person down. That is where all these things start. The players cannot get into it. But players being booed is not a new story. 2008, the IPL started. Yuvraj Singh was booed at the Wankhede Stadium and he said, I'm also an India player. So it's part of the job that you will get people liking you. The more popular you become, the more famous you become, the more people dislike you. More people like you, but also you start having a set of people who don't like you.
Maybe just one last thing on Hardik is, yes, the whole pressure off field, but even on field, if at all any change, do you think you'd like to see him play a little up the order? Because he's done very well for Gujarat at 4, and maybe that's something that he needs to do is come up the order?
Didn't the last game, the first game he came in at like 7, and then the next game he came a little bit higher.
Little bit higher.
So, I mean, one thing is for sure in T20 cricket, it's not about the number. And I think as fans, we need to get rid of the number. It's at what point of the game is this person going to have the biggest impact? And once you find out, okay, we need Hardik to have 6 overs left, he could come in at number 3 because the openers are flying. So I think as fans, we need to understand in T20 cricket, because the coaching staff and the players are used to the flexibility, we need to understand the flexibility as well.
Also, sometimes you can end up trying too hard as captain and think of 10 players and forget that there's an 11th who's a performer too. So you can think of everybody else, but you're a match winner yourself, right? As a captain, you're trying so hard to be the right captain that you think of 10 players, but you forget there is an 11th. And I think in the first game, maybe Hardik thought, let me send Tim David, let me send somebody up. That will change slowly.
The more responsible captain.
Slowly, yeah. I mean, he's a new captain. Every team that is a new captain goes through turbulence.
All right, I can't take my producer so serious and actually have 30 minutes only talking about Hardik. So let's have a look at the teams, because Rajasthan have won the toss and they've opted to bowl first. Let's have a look at Rajasthan's playing 11 first. It's a team that just looks so solid on paper. They have gone ahead with that one change in. This is the bowling 11. Bhogle comes in. Any surprise there for you all?
Sandeep Sharma.
Yeah, I think he said at the toss, he is not fit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The old little niggle gets you again.
Yes. When in doubt, there's always a niggle, but in this case, we don't know. Yeah.
And Sandeep Sharma has been somebody who is very impressive, so they will miss him, especially on Wankhede, because the pitch is as flat as it gets. But Bhogle up in the front is very good. This is their bowling 11.
This is their bowling 11. They're playing a bowler shot then. They're playing with 5 bowlers. This is their bowling 11. And who are the overseas players? Can we just get that up again? 1, 2, 3, 4. So they've got their 4 overseas players in there already. So the only way they can make any adjustment to this, if, say, someone like a Trent Bolt bowls out, and then they send in an Indian bowler to maybe bowl after that.
Let's answer your questions and have a look at their impact players as well. it doesn't
Yeah.
become so difficult. These are their impact players.
So maybe Kuldeep Sen.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see. I mean, Tanush Kotian's bowled a lot on this surface, but do you want Tanush Kotian to play a finger spinner on this wicket? You know about finger spinners.
Hey. Got to whisper a little bit quieter.
Lisa, let's have a look at Mumbai's playing 11 as well and see if they have any changes. Okay, so Akash Madwal comes in. This was a question asked. The spinner sits out, Lisa.
And that's okay. And I actually wanted to kind of get the numbers for spin and at Wankhede, and the numbers are actually in favour of the spin. But maybe there's something that they've seen in the surface and they feel, okay, I think there's a bit more grass on it because this is a new pitch that wasn't even used last year in the IPL. So maybe that will assist the fast bowlers a little bit more. So we'll have to wait and see.
So this is their batting 11, isn't it?
This is Mumbai's batting.
This is Mumbai's batting 11, and they've got Kudzia, Chawla, Madwal, Bumrah, Mapaka, and
they've gone with
Hardik.
3 overseas.
Yeah. So how are they going to play? Are they going to send out Namandhir early and then sub Namandhir out with, say, someone like a Romario Shepherd or someone like a Brevis?
They could
The
go
option
Brevis.
of having a Brevis and a Shepherd stays open.
Yeah. Okay, it's interesting.
So it depends how well they go, right? So they've got the backup if they fall over, Brevis can absolutely come in.
And if they don't, they can get Tushara in as the extra
Correct.
bowler, which is how Rajasthan Royals have been playing it all along. They back their 7 batters to get the runs. If they don't, Robin Powell puts his pads on. I've been seeing Robin Powell, Ashton Turner. It reminds me so much of when we were at school. We used to put up pads and never got a chance to
keep
bat.
looking up at the coach. My turn? No, please.
No, but you're talking about him sitting with the pads. Sanju Samson spoke about it and he said now the IPL has not become about 11 players, it's become about 15 players.
Yes.
So Rajasthan have almost aced this whole trend of getting in just 3 overseas players. And are they the team who've really cracked it, the use of the impact player?
You get a sense that it gives them a lot more options. I feel like teams in general have been better this year. They've chosen wisely, or players are a little bit more comfortable with it, right? To actually go, hang on, even though I'm not in the playing 11, I might get an opportunity. So I need to be switched on, ready to go. And we've seen Abhishek Parel have a real huge impact as well, even though they didn't win the game. So players are starting to come in and change the course of the match, which is what you want to see. I guess the next, because it's almost like they're selecting 12, right?
Yes.
So actually, I'd like to see, when you're at the toss, put your 11 in regardless, and then just have your 5 subs and you have 1 impact. So you're not changing your 11 based on what you're doing. This is our 11, we're going in no matter what, and then we've got a chance to.
And then the captain goes out with 2 teams, right? And then Shreyas says, I'm
Shreyas is very confused.
I'm confused.
Have I given the right one?
Yeah, it's too stressful on the toss with them.
Yeah. But a reason with Rajasthan Royals, I think they were a team of specialists all along. That's 6 batters, 5 bowlers. So for a team like that, the impact sub is excellent.
Correct.
Teams that were originally pretty well balanced didn't actually need the impact sub as much. So Rajasthan are doing it well, but going ahead, you'll see almost every team playing 3 overseas players.
But Mumbai's taken on that trend. Mumbai, has been one of those teams who've been very batting reliant, especially in the last season.
Yes.
With Bumrah not there, they were really batting reliant, and we see the numbers here: most 200 totals, highest run rate. The numbers are just going on and on. But do you think, in spite of getting Koitse in this year, they seem to be depending a lot on their batting? Because the master said this in the dressing room after the game, where the 277 game, where they reached, at the 10-over point, they were almost there. I remember we talking about it and saying that this could go towards Mumbai as well. So do you think, in spite of getting these new bowlers, they're still very reliant with their batting?
It's a formula that has won them five trophies.
Yes.
So it's something that has worked well for them. And given that they know the surface and they know that it's batter friendly, they know it the best and they're able to set a certain target or certainly chase it down. So Mumbai seems like a franchise that doesn't like to change the formula, especially because it's been a winning one. And that's why we even, we see Hardik coming back and kind of falling back to his usual position when he was originally with Mumbai, even though he was successful at number 4. It's because they have this certain formula. Same with Bumrah, what overs he tends to bowl as well. So it's a pattern that's worked well for them. I guess we'll see if it works well for them tonight.
They like big hitters and they like fast bowlers. And because that is what works traditionally at the Wankhede.
But also with the batting, Lisa was very impressed with Namandir. So with Mumbai, they always manage to scout players, be it Tilak a few seasons ago. Namandir was very impressive. Tilak was very impressive in the last game. So again, the batting seems to be really piling on the runs.
I'm a little curious, what happened to Nehal Vadera?
Yeah, because he had a lovely season last year.
Yeah, and then I'd see domestic. From time to time, I'd say Nehal Vadera's got a good score. I wonder what happened to Nehal Vadera. Or did they just see Namandir and thought, wow, this kid is special. He's got a big game today.
Yes.
Namandir, because the team is structured such that they want to have the option of going with this batting side and getting in a bowler if required to defend that score. But if they lose early wickets, they'll have to get a Brevis or a Shepherd in because they're playing 6 batters and 5 bowlers, which is very unlike how Mumbai structure their sides.
And this team is also, without Surya Kumar Yadav. So once he gets fit, I don't know who sits out, but it just makes the batting so much stronger.
We're talking about one of the top three batters in the world. You'll get trolled even if you say that. He's one of the top 3 batters. So just
wait for it. It's coming. Oh, there it is. Ping, ping, ping.
But the advantage is I've worked so much with Lisa that I've acquired such a thick skin.
It's good. That's what us Australians are here for.
Australians teach us how to be thick-skinned. I've learned it on this year's Cricbuzz Live. These are the lessons that Lisa is giving me, how to become more thick-skinned. Yeah. This is what I'm learning.
And she'll give you those lessons not by saying, Saiyami, this is how it's supposed to be. she'll bowl the short balls at you and say, okay, now
How good are you? How good are you at the short ball? She's picking it up.
So I asked some people once in Australia, I said, we didn't see such a lot of Lisa. I followed her career quite closely, but because of television, we didn't see such a lot. I said, how was Lisa as an opponent? I asked an English player. I said, feisty as hell.
Feisty was the word. Feisty was the word he used last season.
Right. I asked an England player. I said, I'm friends with Lisa now, know very well, worked a lot together. How was she as a player? He said, feisty as hell. I said, that's exactly how she is on Cricbuzz.
Well, feisty was the word. I was asking Lisa this in the green room. I don't know if you were there or not, but we have a Cricbuzz live question, which was very similar to what I asked you. So I'm glad that someone has a question similar to what I was asking. Mihir asks, besides Piyush Chawla and Nabi, who might not feature too much, is the lack of quality Indian spinners a concern for Mumbai Indians?
Well, didn't Piyush Chawla, he picked up 21 wickets?
He was the lead spinner,
came 4th in the tournament last year.
Yes.
So, he's only picked up 2 wickets and he's gone for a little bit, but it's early days. I think they're hoping that his experience, he'll be able to kind of get back to his heights that he reached last year. Yes, you need a spinner.
But actually, Mihir is saying besides Piyush. So he thinks Piyush did well, but besides that, just the spin options that Mumbai has.
Yeah, I think their auction strategy was, if you remember the auction, they got Nabi right at the end. I think the auction strategy was, we are going to play 7 games at Wankhede. We want the Brevises and the Tusharas and the Madhushankars, and that's how we're going to play. If we go out, suppose we go to Lucknow. Suppose Lucknow is slow and low again. Suppose we don't know what Chennai is going to be. We might have another ground like that. We've got Nabi with us. And Nabi can also be that end overs finisher as a batter. So they've brought Nabi in just in case they get pitches like those. They've got a vastly experienced cricketer who does well for Afghanistan. By the way, look how many people from Afghanistan are in this league and doing well.
Even Rashid Noor, the combination's done so well for Gujarat. But it's also just, after Rahul Chahar, I think, which was 2022 when the auction happened. Since then, Piyush Chawla was a pretty surprise pick because, no one really expected Piyush Chawla to come in. So they haven't really gone after like a star spinner with Mumbai and the kitty they had.
They tried Ritik Shokin.
Yes.
And he played a fair few games. Was it last year? Yeah, last year he did. So he's kind of fallen off. So they're trying. I think they're trying. Their scouts are kind of trying to search for that next one. We talk about them unearthing the next star. I think that will be in their plan. Their strategic plan is to find the next spinner that's coming through.
The only spinner they've used over a period of time was Krunal Pandya.
Yes.
They've never really gone in with 2 or 3 spinners in their side. They've used Krunal Pandya a lot.
All right, so just a reminder again on the toss. Rajasthan have won the toss. They are going to be bowling first. And when Rajasthan bowls first, we know what happens in the first over. For Mumbai fans, they don't want to know what happens in the first over because Mr. Trent Bolt comes in and just does the usual. He comes in, picks wickets, and he doesn't even wait for the power play. Just the first over, he goes and takes those wickets. Is he by far the best opening bowler that we've seen in T20 cricket?
Could be. Part of what I keep saying is the greatest franchise team assembled. Trent Bolt was a big part of Mumbai Indians winning all those games. So yeah, definitely Trent Bolt. Last year, Mohammad Shami again did well and this year such a good year for fast bowlers. But yeah, because he still gets the ball to swing.
Yeah.
And
that is such a big part of it. Yeah, he still gets the ball to swing.
And so consistent. He hones in on the right line and the right length. And it's literally from ball one. There's not a loosener. There's not a, let me just get this one up there and see what it does. It's right on the money straight away. And that's why his economy is 7.
I'd like to see how they played because what they've told Trent Bolt is you're a power play bowler. In fact, in the last game they played, Bolt bowled 3, Berger bowled 3 in the power play and they never bowled again. It's almost as if they've said, your role is before the interval. Once the interval comes, you're gone. We've got different people coming in after the interval. So they had Avesh and Sandeep Sharma to bowl at the back end and Ashwin and Chahal to bowl in the middle. Very clearly defined roles. Today, they don't have one of the death bowlers. Are they going to hold an over back from Trent Bolt? Are they going to get Berger back? Or are they going to sub one out and get Kuldeep Sen to play the role that Sandeep Sharma was playing?
It'll be interesting to see that. You know what I really like about Trent Bolt? Usually with fast bowlers, there's just this image you have, right? That like the Anil Donalds, the Dale Steins, they're just really strong looking and intimidating. But Bolt is someone who's just smiling all the time, very much like Bumrah. He says, I'll play my best game when I'm smiling and happy on the field.
And he does everything so quickly. He walks quickly, he runs quickly, he talks quickly.
Arm speed, quick, all of that, yeah.
You do an interview with Trent Bolt, you've got to have 6 questions ready.
Oh, the answers are like this.
Oh, sorry, the answer's over.
But he is, Lisa, also, one of those nice guys, likes to balance life out. He says that, I'm going to be playing cricket if I live till 80, I'm going to play cricket for 15 years of my life. So I want to make sure I have a very balanced life. And he gives a lot of importance to that.
Yeah, he was one of the first really from New Zealand that kind of said no to the central contract.
Yes.
And said, look, I want to maximise my time, maximise my potential earning as well. I'm getting a little bit older. I'll pick and choose the leagues. And if international cricket comes back in and it sits nicely and New Zealand want me, I'll come back. So he was brave enough to do that. And you sense when players start to kind of have their own destiny of where they're going to play, they're a lot happier because they can balance that with seeing their family and playing the game.
Yeah. And guess which franchise he plays for outside of the IPL? He plays for MI. He plays for MI everywhere.
Yes.
So when it comes to the IL-20 and the others, I go through those teams so carefully because I can't remember who's playing for whom.
Yeah, this shuffling is so much and the names are almost the same. So the shufflings are just pretty crazy. But
it's like saying, I know who plays for United, who plays for City College Old Boys.
Lisa, we have to do it. We don't have a choice.
Okay.
I know we don't like it, but we have to answer Mr. Joy Bhattacharya's question. This is that time where it's the maths exam that we have to do. We can't. It's not optional. So let's have a look at Mr.
Let's
Joy
start with the
Bhattacharya's
feisty
question.
one.
The feisty one. Whose Hall of Test wickets started with Merv Hughes and ended with Shane Shillingford?
3 seconds. You Google it, you'll get it, no?
No, you can't Google his questions. You can't even chat GPT his questions. You really need chat GPT to go up.
Finish playing? He would have finished.
No, his first wicket was Merv Hughes.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's
Ended
like
with Shane Shillingford.
early 90s. I'm trying to think when he...
When did Merv finish?
Yeah.
Merv went on that Ashes tour in 93 where he bowled beautifully and bowled so much that his knees were gone after that. So probably finished about 94. Then McGrath comes in.
Okay.
So this is
By
ranging
93,
from the
94 he's
90s to
finished.
the...
So Shane...
But Shane Shillingford isn't the most recent player either. So this is someone who sort of started playing in the 90s.
Started playing in the 90s. Any connection to Rajasthan, Mumbai? Any support staff?
Could be Shane Bond. Oh, I'm not supposed to give the answer.
No, we can give clues.
Actually, my first thought was it might be Tendulkar. You and me can say Tendulkar, she can't.
Yeah.
Because
Master.
master.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we have to go past the master of Cricbuzz, Gaurav Kapoor, because he's been the master with his prediction games. Have you seen the board?
I want to see the board.
Even if I haven't seen the board, Gaurav will message me 25 times a day with what the board is saying. And you know how he gets it. There's a little inside edge that goes somewhere and he sneaks
I saw
ahead
the
and
run
win
out
one.
or the inside.
The run out.
The run out, the overthrows. But the point is that he's gotten them. And now we've gotten really aggressive. The feisty Lisa said that I have to come up that board.
20%.
20%, Lisa.
I was 0 last time, so yeah, we're getting there.
Oh.
Gilly. Come on, Gilly.
You have 12 point. Oh, you really have to go up. You're just 12.50%.
Who?
I think you should go for let's start with you. Harsha, 20 overs.
Mumbai Indians in the power play today are going
Not power play, 20 overs.
in the 20 overs today are going to make 209.
209. Lisa?
189.
I will go with 214.
Oh.
Lessons from yesterday. Just lessons from yesterday. But again, we have to play like a team. We have to make sure that one of us wins and Gaurav Kapoor doesn't stay up there because that's the aim. And also now we have to go in and watch this very exciting game. Lisa is going to order her food. We're going to watch an exciting game. But don't forget to join us at the 10 over point at the Cricbuzz Combox. We'll see you all there.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ হায়দ্রাবাদ 50 এক্সপ্রেস পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दें